Okay, so this is going to be a really personal video. So I've just listened to something on YouTube. Jonathan Roumie. Is it his channel? Is it not? Because the voice does sound AI generated. And the caption is, "Are you marked?" And then underneath it says, "Listen to this before the end of November." So anyway, I listened to it. Even if it's not Jonathan Roumie, even if it is AI generated, the voice, for me, the message was so powerful, and I have checked in and the message is true. Okay, so what the message is about the connection you have, your personal connection with Jesus, or as I know him, Yeshua. So I went to church when I was younger, church choir, all of that, Sunday school, and then didn't. For years and years, I was more spiritual, so religion wasn't my thing. For me, it was filled with doctrine, and that's why I was not religious. But I always believed in the higher power. So I did Reiki and I did energy healing and I worked with angels. So I knew there was a heaven. I knew there was this higher power. But it was only 5 years ago when I had my absolute breakdown, my spiritual awakening, my breakthrough, when the world as I knew it completely imploded. And my good friend, my bestie, said, just make it through the night, because I was done. I was done. And I was talking, shouting, like blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go into the intimate details here, but blah, 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 blah. And I was angry. And I was shouting and everything else on my own, obviously, to the higher power. I didn't have a name then, because when I was doing my spiritual stuff, it was the angels and the universe. So it was more the angels. I was talking to the angels. And then a few months later, I went to do breathwork. Now, I mean a breathwork seminar, and it was 6 hours of breathwork. It was brutal. In that heightened state that you get into, and I'll never do another 6 hour breath work. In that heightened state, I met Yeshua. So I'd read a book a couple of months earlier while I was on holiday, maybe 4 months earlier, and he was known as Yeshua. That fit with me. That Jesus was too much. God was too much. I'd passed over the universe. So Yeshua fit. And he spoke to me. Why are you here? So I told him. And how can you say that, my child? All you ever did was show love, blah, blah, blah. So I suddenly had this dialogue going on. And this continued. So I would speak to Yeshua as I knew him, still know him, in the car, and talk about different things, and then get the just message back in my head. That is what I do and how I communicate. And once I started to do more the energy healing and the love blast evolved where Yeshua is involved in it, and he comes in and gives the person I'm working with the divine healing energy. So I do have a personal connection, and I also ask Yeshua, do you have a message for this person, so I can relay that. One thing that I don't do, which is now changing as from right now, and this is why I'm doing the video, is in public I have denied him. So I'm no better than Judas. It's not that I openly say anything, it's what I don't say. I don't tell people that I have a close, intimate personal dialogue with Yeshua. And I think partly because I'll be labelled as a weirdo, I'll be labelled as a religious nut. I don't read scripture, I don't read the Bible, so I can't even be in that camp. So I'm kind of not accepted by anybody, and it's the fear of judgment. So, and because it's a personal relationship, but I need to tell people about this personal relationship because I have a connection with Yeshua, and I know it's real. It is real. And what the video that I've just watched was about people being marked with a red mark as a warning or a gold mark, and they're on the right path. They're on the narrow path, the right path, and the red ones are on the wide path, and that's the wrong path, but they've got chance to course correct. So it was very interesting. I was like, wow, what path am I on then? Because I don't talk about this stuff. I don't really talk about, oh yeah, I talk to Yeshua, to even my close friends. My bestie knows, but all the others, because again, the fear of being judged, I think. And I've had enough judgment and persecution in my life. I kind of don't want to invite any more. But now it's time to stand up. Now it's time to go, not only do I believe it to be true, I know it to be true, and I'm not special. And I am talking to you now and saying, you just have a personal, individual relationship with Yeshua, Jesus, God, whatever you want to call him, and even ask, what name would you prefer? And just sit in your car every day, or just before you go to bed, every day, and talk about your day, talk about your worries, talk about your problems, talk about your wins, talk about what's great in your life. Just have a conversation and get the feedback from Yeshua so you know it's real. This connection is real. Because when you watch this video, the Jonathan Roumie video, I believe it to be true, the message, whether it is really Jonathan Roumie or whether it's AI, but I believe the message to be true. So I invite you to find that YouTube video, and I'm asking you, just have a relationship with Yeshua, with Jesus, with God, whatever you want to call that higher power, and he will help you. He will help you. So now I've come out loud and proud, okay? This is it. No more. Well, I didn't openly deny it, but no more hiding about my relationship with Yeshua. And I hope you have one too, because, it is so amazing. It is so loving. It is so supportive. It is so comforting just to feel the presence. I can't explain it. You need to feel the presence yourself, but you feel wrapped in so much love that you have not experienced before, because it's different. It's got to be good, hasn't it? Give it a try.